we're finally back to winning ways, and what a match this was. I mean, 6-goal thriller. You can't ask for a lot more than that, really. In the first half, I can't lie, I was a bit worried. I thought Villa were going to do us over again, which we have seen in the past, especially at Villa Park. But as we've seen many times this season, we're a completely different team now, and the Arsenal we all knew a few years ago, even last year, maybe. I mean, not so much last year, but the years before, we would have seen Arsenal capitulate in the first half, and second half, there just would have been no fight at all. So, to be honest, it does show how much progress Arteta has made with this team and how we can change matches now. Because I can't lie, last year, one of the major things for me with Mikel Arteta was his in-game management, and it felt like every time we went down a goal, we just couldn't get back into it no matter what we did. And I know we didn't have a great squad last year and we were a bit short, but I don't really want to use that as an excuse because we still had a good enough team to be able to turn games around, but we just couldn't. So again, just to see us turning games around and coming back into games this year has just been absolutely amazing. But we'll get into the first goal. That came by Aston Villa, of course, and it came by Ollie Watkins. What a striker he is. Just, again, I think there was rumours of him coming to Arsenal last year, but I just feel like Ollie Watkins is one of those strikers that is really good, but not top 6 club material, like a big club, which is a shame. I think his granddad supported Arsenal. I don't know if Watkins supports Arsenal, but nevertheless, let's talk about the goal, not what club he supports, and it was a brilliant goal. And Zinchenko was just going into Aston Villa's half, and then he was dispossessed by Matty Cash, who then played a lovely ball over to Watkins, and then he still had a lot to do, running through on goal, and then he sent Saliba, or I wouldn't say so much sent, but he did well. He got his shot across goal, brilliant finish, and he gave Villa the lead. But talking about brilliant finishes, what a goal this was by Saka. I mean, Mings tried to clear the ball out and it just bounced towards Saka and he just absolutely volleyed it. In fact, he hammered it into the roof of the net, and it was just a brilliant goal. Martinez was just stood there. He wasn't going to save that in a million years, even if he had about 100 attempts at it. It was hit so powerfully that I don't think any goalkeeper in the world would have even been able to save that, if I'm being completely honest. And it is good to see Saka taking on shots like that, because I know last season, one of the things for me about Saka was we all saw the quality that he had, but it was almost like he was too shy to shoot. But this season, he just looks completely different, and Saka's just getting better and better, and I hope he signs the contract. But however, it wasn't long before Villa took the lead again, and Coutinho made it 2-1. And again, this was just a brilliant goal, the way Villa worked it. I mean, I can't remember who it was, but it come from down the left-hand side, and he crossed it across, low driven, and a Villa player dummied it, and then Xhaka just completely missed it because he was thrown off by the dummy, and then Coutinho slotted it in, sending Ramsdale the wrong way, and it was just a brilliant goal, to be honest. So you can't really fault that Villa goal. Nothing really we could have done differently, because the way, as I said, the way they worked it, I don't think a lot of teams in the Premier League would have been able to stop that. Then into the second half, we saw Zinchenko make up for his mistake in the first half that led to the first Aston Villa goal, and it was an absolute belter. It came from a corner, and I mean, the way Zinchenko struck that ball is brilliant. The placement and everything completely beat Martinez, and again, same with the Saka goal. I don't think any keeper in the world would have saved that. I mean, it was so well placed. And what I love about Zinchenko is where he's come from, Manchester City, a club who have been competing for title after title. His passion and attitude is just through the roof. I mean, he lifts the entire squad, and he's such a role model for everyone around him, to be honest. And I mean, he's just been an absolutely wonderful signing for us, to be honest. It's just the perfect signing. I mean, I think Arteta got this spot on, because as I just said, coming from Manchester City, he knows what it's like to be on a title race, and he'll be telling everyone around him and just supporting the whole team. because his mentality will be to win the title and he'll be used to it. So when it comes to pressure, he won't be feeling any of it. The youngsters might, and some of our younger players, as they've not been in a title race before, but maybe Zinchenko will help him out and just say, look, this is what you got to do, this is how you got to, how you got to think, where he's been at Man City. So, yeah, what a signing. Then the man who a lot of Arsenal fans doubted, and to be honest, when he signed for the club, I had a bit of mixed emotions because I felt like we didn't really need him, and as he was captain in Chelsea at times throughout the season, I just felt like he weren't going to go from Chelsea and captain him week in, week out to Arsenal and sit on the bench. Even though we are in a lot better position than what they are at the moment, I just couldn't see it. And I didn't exactly want him to start over Partey or Xhaka, to be honest with you. But today, again, like I said before the match, a lot of fans were giving him stick, including me. I wouldn't really say I was giving him stick, but I'd like to say I was joining in with the memes about how he's joined Arsenal and we've not won any games, as it is a bit of banter, and it is a fact, to be honest. But yeah, no, today, just brilliant, stepping in for Partey. Last game didn't really do too much, but today he was just brilliant, and the technique on that shot was just absolutely brilliant. He's so unlucky not to get the goal, and he would have deserved it. However, unfortunately, bounced in off of Martinez. I say unfortunately, it's not unfortunate. I'm over the moon with it. I mean, I'm happy a bit of luck's gone our way finally, but yeah, no, Martinez is one of our own, and he knew what he was doing. He dived there, so the ball would hit off of him and go in. Thank you, Martinez. But it got even better by Martinez because Villa were, of course, trying to go for the win, and then they got a corner, and it was right at the end, and then Emery, who never even told Martinez to go up for the corner, but Martinez, being big-headed as he is now, went all the way up for the corner. We cleared it away. Fabio Vieira broke away, and he laid it through for Martinelli to run onto, and then Martinelli, with all the confidence in the world now, celebrated before he even scored and tapped it into an empty net. And yeah, that kind of settled the game if there were any doubts, and we won it 4-2. And I can't lie, it's a win we needed to not only lift the team, but keep the pressure with Manchester City. And of course they dropped points against Nottingham Forest today, so very happy about that, and we are back at the table with, again, a game in hand. But overall, I'm really happy with the performance. We were absolutely brilliant today. I mean, again, like I said at the beginning, it's just brilliant seeing us being able to battle back into games this season, considering last season and seasons before, you just wouldn't see that. And although we wasn't up to scratch in the first half, the second half was just brilliant, and these are the type of performances that you need in a title race, to be honest. They might not be the prettiest of games, but as long as you get the result in the end, that's all that matters. And you can see the coaching staff and Odegaard, everyone was just going mental. I think it was like the 89th minute, and the referee was basically saying to hurry it up. And then Arteta started getting all mad on the touchline, started imitating what the referee was doing, which was quite funny. And he was getting really frustrated, as he does. But then, as you can see, he's absolutely over the moon. And why wouldn't he be? I mean, he probably had a bit of pressure on him, to be honest. I mean, I'm not saying that there should be pressure on Arteta, because there shouldn't be. But we were 8 points clear. Now City are right on our tails, and before this game we didn't even know City were going to draw. So Arteta, with the bad form we had been in, I think a lot of people would have been talking about the consistency and have we dropped back into this poor form. But that never happened, because we won the game and we well deserved it in the end. So that's all that matters at the end of the day.